Today we wanted to talk about Facebook ads. We have had a lot of requests from agents who are looking at guidance on how to run Facebook ads, um, what the best practices are for putting your ads together and running them through the Facebook system. Now, I will tell you two things at the beginning. One, Facebook ads can be a little complicated. If you've never been in there before, when you go to run your ad, you need to take time, set aside an hour to walk through all of the steps and give it the time that it needs. Because we have had agents before that end up running an ad and they're spending thousands of dollars a month and they don't realize it because they're not reading all of the pieces. They're rushing through the system, right? So don't do that. If um, you don't want to go into the system of Meta to be able to run ads. You can run ads on Facebook and other social media platforms through the Coldwell Banker platform through the program called Boost. So if you haven't used that, we've done videos on that before. That's something that you can use. You can also use Social Bay through our package use system. And those you can set up to automatically run ads for you for your new listings, for your open houses. Um, and so those are two different products. Today, we're just going to talk about Meta and how to deal with Meta. How many of you have run ads through your business page for Facebook? Ashley, Regina, yeah. So a couple of you. Yeah. What's your biggest questions, Regina and Ashley? I mean, you've been in the system.
Well, I mean, I did actually sell a house from one boosted ad. It was like the third house I ever sold, but I have not been able to replicate uh, that. And I just want to figure out how to get into the algorithm to make it work.
Okay. Yep. That's always a guessing game, is the
Yeah.
algorithm. Yeah. Ashley, how about you with your running your ads? What's your biggest problem that you feel like you run up against?
Like it's just cumbersome. Like, oh, I don't know, me and technology. Just ask Brandon. I'm like Vern, I'm old school.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just find it cumbersome and there's just so many avenues and I
Mhm.
don't know, and maybe I need to run them longer and they're expensive. Do they work? I don't all the above.
All all really good questions. So the first, well, here, I'll share my screen. Do 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 do. All, and I think that you guys are both in that same category that everybody else is, right? It, like I said at the beginning, it is a complicated system within the ad system, right? And so when you get in there, take time, go slow. They do have training videos all over the place. But it is literally for higher level marketing. That's
Yeah.
what, when you're running meta ads, it's for higher level marketing. So what we're going to go over today is um, we're going to go over different ads that you can run, what the pieces are in the ads that you need to be paying attention to, and then we're going to give you some ideas on what your goals are and what kind of ads you can run and the prices that you should run with them. Okay? Um, cool. Okay, I think I just ran through this a little bit. We're gonna real quick, we'll talk about meta and why it matters and what meta is in general, because I don't know that everybody knows that. Please jump in and ask questions if we're going through. We also are going to talk about compliance. We're going to go over some listing ads, some lead gen forms. We'll touch on retargeting within the system. If you haven't heard of retargeting, it's a really cool system that's in Meta, well, in all advertising on the internet in general, but particularly in Meta. And then we'll give you guys a budget strategy for each one of these ad things that we talk about, as well as 30-day action plan. Whether you've been in it before or not, we'll kind of give you a step by step. This is what you need to do to get your stuff actually up and running. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Meta is the parent company of Facebook. right? And they own multiple different things. Facebook is just one of them, Instagram is another, but there's 3 billion active users on Facebook and Instagram. And so that's why this is so effective, is because you get in front of so many people, as long as, like Regina said, you get the algorithm right. Yep, you get your ad in front of the people who care. As we all know, buyers usually start their home buying process online. So if they're looking on Zillow, on Realtor.com, that data is going to follow them into their Facebook account, and they're going to be flagged as possible home buyers or possible home sellers in the system. And so by putting your ads in there and targeting those people with those interests, you get a better return on your stuff. And the other thing is that it is the cheapest way to get leads. Once you get the algorithm down, once you get your ads running and good content within there, it is the cheapest way to get a lead. I mean, you can run an ad in there for 25 bucks, right? Cheaper than the paper, for sure. Okay. How many of you know that Meta tracks you? Well, that everything tracks you, right? All of your stuff, all of your interests. My favorite game to play with the older generation in my family is to see if I can talk about really random stuff, like a slip and slide, and see if I can get their ads to show up if I'm just holding their phone and talking about slip and slides near their phone. We can, well, that is kind of scary, not gonna lie. We can take advantage of of that data as real estate agents to be able to target our ads to the people who are actually going to buy and sell homes, because that's not everybody. Okay. Um, okay, we're still on the setup part. When we talk about ads and Meta, and this is where I think people get confused. When you go to set up an ad, there are 3 different steps that you have to go through, right? You don't just upload the picture and say, okay, put money behind this, right? That that will be your least effective way to be able to get leads or visibility or awareness from whatever you're trying to advertise, okay? In the Meta system, the first thing that you do is you're going to set up your campaign. And when you set up your campaign, you're determining what your goal is. Do you want to drive traffic to your website? Do you want to get leads? So you're asking them to fill out forms and they actually get leads? Are you just building awareness about your brand, something that you're doing? That's your goal. That's your campaign. Okay. Then it'll move into the next step, which is your audience. It's called the ad set in Meta. The ad set is who sees it, whether you limit it by location, whether you limit it by interest, whether you limit it by a certain schedule that you want the ad to run. That's your ad set. It's your audience. That's also the place where you can set the budget. And then at the end, we get to the actual creative part, the actual thing we want people to see, right? So this is your image, it's your ad copy, and a CTA button. And for those of you who don't know what CTA is, it's a call to action. There's no reason to be running advertising if you're not giving people some kind of call to action, right? Download this guide now. Call me for a home evaluation. Learn more. You see those little buttons, learn more. Those are the call to action buttons. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? We're pretty good. Okay. Here's the biggest thing with our industry. Okay, if any of you have been in the industry for a while, you know that this was a big deal and a big issue when Meta first came out with ads and how to run ads. Real estate agents were running ads, but were doing it violating the fair housing laws by targeting age, targeting gender, targeting only families that were married, right? Those are all fair housing violations. So Facebook put into place a special ad category called housing that you need to make sure all of your ads run by. Now, when you use that housing category, it will get rid of all of those things that you can't use to target people. Okay? If you do not use this housing category and you get turned in or caught or something, not only can your Meta account get suspended, but you could also be up for a fair housing violation from the federal government. So do not miss this step. This is a big one. Now, you cannot target people by exact zip codes. I mean, I know you guys can read all of this stuff on the screen, right? You cannot target people by exact zip codes, but you can target locations and a radius around a location. And this is one of the things that I recommend, particularly if you're running an open house ad. You want to target your location to the people who are going to be near that open house, right? Same thing if you're looking for an awareness ad, maybe that location is much bigger to your whole area around Sauk Center, to just the Moorhead area because this is something you're doing in Moorhead for awareness. Okay. You can also make custom audiences when you put them in there. That's fine to do with the special ad category. So those custom audiences are people who are looking for housing, right? You can also do lookalike audiences, which takes a little time for the algorithm to set up. Once you start running ads, the system will start recognizing who is interacting with your ad, and it will allow you to then set up lookalike audience, which the algorithm will then look at other people who are like the people who are already interacting with your stuff. Okay. And it's a little button on there. It says lookalike audience. So again, when I say go slow and work through these things, you guys need to know the information of what's in there, but it's all in there. Okay. Any questions about those pieces? Don't forget this part. That's why the slide's in red. It's important. Okay. For those of you who have been running ads, have you been using the housing category, the special ad? Yep. Okay, good. Now we're going to get into some ads that you can run. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about ad copy. We're going to talk a little bit about what budget you should put in there, about timing on how to do these. But the first one we're going to talk about is listing ads, active listings, recent sales, open houses, right? How are we going to run those ads in Meta? New listing ad, I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times, right? New home just listed. This home, this lake home. Here's a picture. Come see it. Learn more. When you set up these ads, you should be very aware not only of the housing category when you're doing your targeting, but also where this ad is going. If this is a very expensive lake home on Beltane, you might want to look at moving your ad targeting to the cities or to Fargo, right? Somewhere where you know that you have that those type of people are coming up to buy homes. Okay. Again, you can't limit it by zip code, but you can do by a radius. You want your interests for a new listing ad to be real estate or buying if you're looking for buying, for buyers, which if you're running a new listing ad, I hope that's what you're looking for. And then on the placement, when you place the ad, it will ask you if you want to add it to Marketplace. How many people have seen housing ads on Marketplace when they're in Facebook? This is how you do it. Okay. But you got to click that button. Video works better. The algorithm is set up to push video, even if it's a virtual video of running through the house. So if you can do video, do that. How many of you guys use video in your advertising? Yeah, Ashley does. What's the biggest hurdle for you not doing video? For those of you who don't use it.
I wouldn't want to put myself on camera.
One thing I wanted to tell you, I know I was scared
Yeah.
at the beginning too, Regina. Like I couldn't stand it. I had to go run around the block to get the nerves out. Can't really drink alcohol before, so I had to go run around the block. It gets easier, just so you know. But I wanted to tell you, I had a property I went live last Friday, and the video alone, like Katie's talking about, the video alone had over 3,500 views.
Mhm.
So,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The algorithm is set up for video.
mhm.
Yeah. So if you are not getting as many clicks as you want to, and you're using static images, try a video.
And that was just on my business page. I did not market it. I did not set up an ad. I did none of that. I
Hmm.
didn't pay for anything. I literally paid for my video, and that was it.
Hmm.
So, something to think
Yep.
about.
It's worth it. We're not only visual, but our brains are set up to recognize motion from the time that we were running in the bush away from lions, right? Like our brain is set up to recognize motion, which is why video, you get more interactions, you get more views, you get more organic stuff. Now, for any of you who do remember, now that I said organic, um, when Facebook first came out, it was all about organic reach, right? You could get all of this reach for free as long as you hit the algorithm right. So if you remember seeing all those posts about if you like and share and comment on our page, we'll put you in a drawing for a free thing, right? That was people trying to get that organic traffic that was coming into Facebook. That it has really shut that down now. It's very hard to get organic traffic anymore because this is how they make money. For those of us who use Facebook, we are the product that Facebook is selling to make money. Okay. Okay. Does anyone have a listing ad that they, like Ashley had said, she had a listing ad that she used video on? Does anyone have a listing ad that did really well? No?
I haven't done one for a while, I don't think. I really tried
Okay.
to target my wild rose one, and I should have done the retarget, I think. I mean, maybe I did, I don't remember. It's been too many months.
That, that makes sense. Yes. Good news. You can always go in there and run it again, and it holds all the data. When you do a new listing ad, you shouldn't run the ad for more than 2 weeks. Okay. That 2 week time frame, just like we talk about price changes or picture changes, right? Within that, give or take 10 days, 10, 10 days, 10 showings, 2 weeks, right in that time frame. That's when you're going to get the most amount of traffic and you're most likely to sell it for the price that it's listed at. And this can be part of your guys' marketing program when you're talking to a seller. I run this ad for 2 weeks, and if we don't have an offer by that time, we need to look at making a change before I run another ad. I think agents get into a mindset sometimes about if they just throw money at it, if they just put it out there more, if they just show the property to more people on the internet, that somebody will buy the house, even if price isn't right, even if there's some big issue with the house, right? Don't throw your money away. Set your budget, set your time frame, and be very clear with your expectations with your seller. Your call to action on this one is going to be learn more. And then you send them to the website link for the property. That's the easiest way to do that. Okay. Just a reminder, all of you have your own website through the Coldwell Banker Crown website. And so any of the leads, when you use that link, as long as it's through your website, any of those leads that come through the system will come directly to you. They won't go round robin through the office. Okay, open house ads. Have you run an open house ad? We've done one once in the Park Rapids office. Um, usually open houses haven't always worked in our area, starting to work now. But we've done one for the open house ad and we had really good turnout. We had really good views. Okay. Your headline on your open house ad is going to be very basic. Day, address, time. Those are the things that people care about. Okay. Your creative, your actual ad, going to be the exterior. You can add an open house banner on it. You can have Faith make an open house ad for you to be able to put in here. Okay. Your date and time should be bold. If you want to use video, you could definitely do a walkthrough of the property, same you use for the new listing ad. For these ones, you want to target the area around the property because you're going to be running these ads for maybe 2 to 3 days before the open house. That's it. Okay. You're going to target around the property because you want people who are physically in the area to come to that open house. Your budget is anywhere between 10 to 75, $10 to $75, depending on how much reach you can get within that 15-mile radius. Okay. Do not forget to stop this ad from running after the open house because it runs on 24-hour blocks, right? So if you have your open house on Saturday, you can run the ad Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and have it stop itself. Or if you don't want to miss that Saturday Facebook traffic, you can run the ad Thursday, Friday, Saturday until your open house. And then once the open house is done, shut off that ad. So it stops spending money. Okay. The money that's spent on Facebook is going to be based on views and reach. So even though you set a budget of $75, maybe the system only uses $50 in that time frame. Don't forget to stop this ad. Okay. I'm watching my time and I'm like, okay, I gotta go faster. I gotta go faster. Just sold ad. Why do we use just sold ads? We're not looking to just show off, right? Our goal with just sold ads is to get more sellers. Particularly, that works really well if you do this ad for homeowners around the property that you just sold. Especially if you sell it for a whole lot more than anybody was expecting. Have you ever had the neighbor call you and tell you, your price is insane. You're never going to get that price for the house. You can turn those people around pretty quick after you sell it. Okay. So when you do just sold ads, um, when you do your headline, just hold in whatever name, just sold on Potato Lake in 14 days, $4,000 over ask price, $40,000 over ask price. You don't even have to put the price on there. If your days on market are better than the amount that you sold the property for, pick one, right? Pick one to determine, think about what you would click on. Your call to action here is going to be get a free home evaluation. And we have those lead forms on our website. Okay. When you do this one, you should be targeting your website videos or website visitors, right? This is that retargeting piece. Part of retargeting is making sure that the ad works for the retargeted audience. If you're looking for brand new clients, well, those aren't people you can retarget, right? If you're looking for people who have probably looked at this property online, particularly the neighbors as you were advertising it, you want to retarget those. Okay. And this one, again, we're only going to run for a week to 2 weeks after closing. Okay. We talked about this a little bit already. Um, when you're making the ad, the big for video in particular, we've already talked about video is the best one to do for ads, right? When you do the ad, the first 10 seconds of the video is going to grab somebody's attention. So that better be the best piece of the home, the best piece of the video. That goes the same thing if you're just using photos. It better be the best, right? I see a lot of people do pictures of the lake and the beach, which is fine. Uh, but that lake or beach could be a stock photo from anywhere. We get less clicks on that, even though that's exactly what buyers are looking for lake properties, right? So if there's a way where you can get the house and the beach together, if you can be in the photo, because on the MLS, we can't use photos where we're in the photo, but on Facebook, you can. The drone shots don't have really good engagement.
Even if it's just a vacant land listing, a drone shot wouldn't work.
Vacant land is a little different. If you have a video of the vacant land, um, just of wind blowing through the trees, right? That actually works better.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Regina,
If you
something to
have,
think of. Oh, sorry, Katie. Something to think about, Regina. What about a drone video?
hmm
I've seen those and they're pretty cool.
hmm
Anyways,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my photographer has one, so I think I might take it from him.
Good. Yes. Um, yeah, drone video works better, but not when you're super high up, right? You've got to be very particular about where you are. We've all seen those videos where people put the first picture on the MLS, or I'm sorry, videos, the pictures where the people put the first picture on the MLS of the drone photo, but all you can see is the roof of the house. That's that's not great advertising, right? Your drone doesn't have to be 800 feet in the air to take a picture. Make sure that the pictures you're using from drone photos or drone videos look good. We're not just selling the roof, right? When you put in your headline, uh, most people are looking for information that they right off the bat. Price, beds, location. So your headline should be very basic. Here's the information you need to know. Don't bury that in the body of the text because people tend not to read. Those incredibly long ads on the MLS, don't do that for sure. Nobody's reading your book, right? Put your nobody, Ashley, nobody's reading your book. Um, when you do that, make sure that the information that matters to clients is right there. Okay. How, we all get frustrated when all we want to do is see a price. We're not really buyers. We're not really looking to do this, but that skylight calendar that I've seen on Facebook looks really cool. I just want to see a price. And when they bury the price in the information, I'm not going to buy it. I'm done looking, right? 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds of information. Don't use, there are mistakes that people use all the time. And the algorithm does, well, I said, don't write the big ad. The algorithm does watch the ads. And if you use very generic copy, it will lessen your reach, even when you're putting money behind it. Okay. So obviously, please don't use bad photos. I don't want bad photos on the MLS anyway. We're better than that. Okay. Beautiful home for sale. Well, where is this home? What makes it beautiful? Right? Be more specific in your ad copy. The other mistake people make is they don't have a clear call to action. Call to view this home today. Great. Call me for your showing. Great. Check it out. Not great. Right? You need a clear call to action with an action word, something in there, something that they can do. It's all about psychology here, folks. The next option that you can run are lead gen forms. And I'm slowly running out of time, so I'm going to go through these a little quickly. So the ones that we just talked about were ads that you can run for your listings, your just solds, your open houses, why to run them, where to run them, how much money to put behind them, right? You can also do lead gen forms. Here's the biggest piece with lead gen is you need to be incredibly consistent on your social media. Okay. People go viral not because they post one amazing video or picture. They go viral because they've been consistent for the last year and the algorithm picks up on their consistency. Okay. This is the same thing with lead gen stuff. This is long-term long-term advertising that you're doing. It takes 7 to 10 years for a buyer to, or for a seller to sell their home, right? You can think of these lead gen forms in the same way. Don't just run this for a week and say, I didn't get anything, therefore it doesn't work. These ones are long term. Okay. Meta, and again, I'm sure we've all seen this because we're all on Facebook, 3 billion people, right? We're one of many. Meta has lead gen forms within them where the people don't even have to leave the app. The app fills in the information for them as soon as they click get my home value. The information is filled in for them. They just have to fix it if anything's wrong. It doesn't take them out of the app. Your clicks are lessened, right? Which means that the leads are more likely to go all the way through the process to put their information in and send you your lead. Okay. Those barriers that stop people from continuing are really not in Meta at all when you do lead gen. Okay. When you advertise, I don't know if I made this clear. When you advertise in Meta through their ads manager, it goes on Facebook and on Instagram. Okay. So you're hitting both. Once they hit that call to action button in a lead gen form, it takes them to something like this form. And it's super easy. It's all filled out. You need to add one qualifying question to the lead gen form. You want their name, you want their email, you want their phone number. And then you want to determine how soon these people are going to be actual clients, right? So if you're looking for sellers, your question is going to be, when are you moving? Shoot, now that I'm thinking of it, that can be buyers too. When are you moving? One qualifying question so you can determine the likelihood of these leads being something short term or long term. Okay. Don't make this a million questions, 4 or 5 at most. Here's the biggest piece, and we'll talk about this later too. We are going to do a training about lead follow-up this coming month, so coming soon. You're welcome. When you get a lead from here, follow up within 5 minutes, which is hard, right? We all have lives. Some of us are sitting with sellers, with clients. Even if you send them a text, hey, this is Regina. Thanks so much for giving me your information. I'm currently at this property. I'm currently at an appointment. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Right? That that's a contact. They don't feel like their information is being off in cyberspace. They've now been contacted by the person that they put in the lead gen form for, right? And you can set up those automatic messages on your phone where if you get the lead gen, you can just copy and paste it into your text messages, right? So you don't have to retype it every time. I'm so sorry, Mr. Seller. I know we're going over a listing presentation, but I just got a lead. So I'm going to text right in front of you as I'm doing this. Like, don't do that. But if you're running the lead gen form, especially because these are long term, be very committed to follow up as soon as you get that lead. You're not going to get every one of them. We're all human. I get that. Okay. There are a couple different lead gens that you can ask for. You can do a home evaluation. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. Your targeting is going to be homeowners, which makes sense, right? But you can target by that, by homeowners. They don't have to put homeowners in their profile. The algorithm has already determined if they're homeowners or not. You put homeowners in there. And then your area that you would like to get sellers from, whether it's a lake or a city or a certain neighborhood, you target that radius. You can also do look-alike of past seller clients if the algorithm has enough data. And there is a way in there where you can exclude existing leads. Okay. So you would upload your current contact list into the system, which is like pro level, right? You upload your current contact list into the system and it will exclude those people from seeing your ads. So you're not spending money on people that you already have under contract. Okay. Questions about any of this so far? You guys are pretty quiet, which is not normal for you guys. Is this a lot of information? Are we ingesting? Is that what's happening? Yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay. These are some quick reference lead gen templates that we have for you guys, right? First time buyer guide. I'm sure you've seen these. Download my guide today. Those are ads. They're call to actions. They're looking to get your information. It's a lead generation process. I will tell you, by you guys knowing all of this stuff, you will be able to see these ads on Facebook all the time. They are trying to sell you something. They are trying to put you in their CRM, in their system. They are trying to get business. Okay. You can also set up a neighborhood market report. We have them right on Bay. You don't even have to make them. The system makes them for you. All you have to do is contact the person who puts in the lead for you and put them into your system. Okay. Thinking of selling. The first time buyer guide is going to be for buyers who are going to buy sometime soon. And even though it says first time buyer guide, it has been proven that all buyers look at it because when people don't sell for 7 to 10 years, the market changes significantly. The requirements change significantly in that time period. So even though you say first time buyer guide, that doesn't mean you're only going to get first time buyers. You're going to get anybody who is in the process or looking at buying. Okay? Because they want to know what they don't know. The neighborhood market report is going to be for your people for long-term reach, right? These might not be people who are selling or buying in the next couple months. These might be your next year people. They're making plans. And so they want the data from the neighborhood market report so they can accurately plan for what they're going to do next year. Okay? You're thinking of selling people are going to be your sellers, right? The people who are interested in what their home might be worth, who are in the process of, maybe we do downsize to a different home. Those are going to be those type of people. Okay. And we talked about this a little bit already, but there is a 5-minute rule for leads. When they put in a lead into the system and you get notified, if you call them within 5 minutes, you have a 900% higher contact rate. 900% than if you wait for after 30 minutes. Now, the goal is always to call right away. If you can't call, send a text. If you can't send a text because you're literally in the middle of showing a property or you're giving your kids a bath, then just leave it. That's okay too. There will be more. There's lots of fish in the sea. But you have to have the mindset if you're putting money behind ads and lead generation, you have to have the mindset that every lead that you're getting is money. That's money that you've spent. Okay. How soon do you guys follow up with your clients when you get a new lead?
As soon as I see it.
Yeah, as soon as you see it, which is sometimes not until you get back and see the email, right? Yeah. Just from your experience, when you follow up, like if you're sitting at your computer and you get the email, right? And you follow up right away within that 5 minutes, do you have a better contact rate than if it came in last night and now you're calling in the morning? Usually, right? Like when you actually think about this stuff, put data to the information that you're getting. Yeah. Vern, how about you? When you get a call, a text message, how soon do you follow up with your lead?
Yeah, instantly, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's if it goes to my voicemail, I mean, obviously you're not a showing, but I mean, I get back to everybody right away. But like
Hmm.
the other day, I had one that they called in looking for disclosures, and it was a Realtor.com lead that I just missed. But
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of those that just so many scams. You know, so many of them are just a waste of time too. And I get a lot of them that I respond to, and they don't even respond back, even if you do it right away. I think
Yeah.
people click the wrong button, or I don't know. I'd rather get a phone call. I feel like when I get a phone call, it's for sure, and I get that customer, and if they call
Yeah.
compares to me and leads off a line. I don't know. I don't think there's a very good rate of return on them.
Yeah. So here's the deal. The call to action with Facebook ads can be call me with your number,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when they click that call to action button, it will bring it in their phone to a phone number, your phone number, and they can call you right there. So if that's how you have your business set up, Vern, where you prioritize phone calls over email leads, then that's how you should set up your call to action is for phone calls, right?
I just feel if somebody's going to call you, they're more serious than just somebody sitting on their underwear clicking on something. It, it, it just doesn't ever seem to turn out to anything. But
Yeah.
that's just what I've noticed over the years.
Hmm. Well, I've done it. I've put in lead gen form. I've put in my information into a lead gen form before when I have no intention of doing the thing that they're selling, but I want that free downloadable guide or I want that my name to go in a hat for some kind of drawing, right? But I have no intention of using their services. That
Mm.
happens. And so that's what we'll talk about in the lead follow-up training next month. Is going to be how soon to follow up, when to follow up, how to follow up, and how to weed out those people that are just time wasters. Hmm. Okay, we're going to go into retargeting real quick and then we'll be done. Retargeting is how to re-engage with people who already know you, who already have been on your website, who already are in your contact management system. Okay. When you retarget people, you upload your sphere of influence list into the Facebook system. Okay. That's how you end up retargeting. There are other ways to do this, like putting a pixel on your website, like building your clientele through ads, through lead gen within the Facebook system with over 30 days and then retargeting those people, right? So if you don't have a customer list, if you don't have a sphere of influence, that's okay. You can build that sphere of influence. Retargeting is important because these people who are engaging with your content, um, they might not have called you. They might not have put in a lead gen form, but they're engaging with your content. They're watching your video for more than 10 seconds. They're clicking through your carousel of pictures, right? The algorithm tracks all of that. And then to retarget them, they are more likely to come to you when they are ready to buy or sell because you're the name that's in their head. This is how billboards work. So the same way how billboards work is the people driving past that same billboard every day with Vern's face on it. They're more likely to call Vern when they need some kind of real estate. Retargeting is this same way. Okay. Talked about website visitors, lookalikes. These are meta generated. These are those lookalike clients who are like clients similar to the ones that you currently have. And the algorithm sets this up for you, right? So if you have a particular client or a particular group of clients where you're like, I really like working with these type of people, you can set up your lookalike retargeting ads to find more people like that. Okay. How many of you have been retargeted before? You don't know? Yeah. Do you go and look at a site like L&M, Fleet Supply in town? Do you ever go look at that site and then those ads show up in your Facebook? That's retargeting, right? They have added the pixel to their website. It is now tracking you, all of those wonderful cookies that are everywhere. That's what it's doing. And it's tracking you between all of your apps. Now, while that is scary, we can use it to our benefit. When you're budgeting, if you are just starting out in your real estate career, right, and you have not used Meta before, even if you're not just starting out and you have not used Meta ads before, and you're looking for a lead gen situation, your starter should be $5 to $15 a day. It is pretty cheap. I would recommend if you're doing lead gen forms and you know you're going to be doing it for long term, throw $5 a month on there or $5 a day on there, right? Keep your ad spend low because you don't have the pipeline yet to be able to grow that amount. When you're ready to take the next step, go to that growth campaign. If you're ready to really blow up your business, throw $50 to $100 a day behind that ad and see what you get. Okay. And these budgets that we're talking about can be through different campaigns. They don't have to be just one. Okay. You can set the budget like I want $20 a day to be spent in advertising on Facebook, but I'm going to do $5 a day for this new listing ad, and I'm going to do $10 for this lead generation, and I'm going to do another $5 on this campaign for awareness for my open house that I'm having, or my buyer consultation seminar that I'm giving, right? These are your budgets that you should be following. Start small, start easy, and you'll see it work. You'll start understanding how it works, and you'll be able to grow it from there. Now, I'll send these slides out to everybody so you guys have them. But this here is our quick reference guide, right? So this gives you what type of ad you're going to run, what the objective is for that ad, which will determine what systems are set up behind it in Meta. They do that automatically, okay? What your best audience is going to be for those different types of ads, a recommended budget, and what the call to action should be. Okay. Number 6, by the way, is the neighborhood report. I just had to shorten it because it wouldn't all fit in there. Okay. Have I successfully overwhelmed all of you? Yes. Um, Again, start small. Here's your 30-day action plan right here. First, you set up your foundation. Try to grab that metapixel. And there are a bunch of videos on how to do that, right? Grab that metapixel, throw it on your website so that that retargeting algorithm can start building. Okay. The best way to build your page engagers is to get your sphere of influence into the system. Get them to like your business page. Okay. And then start with one ad. Just start with one. And then evaluate how that ad's working, where the reach is. Move that ad around to different locations as it's running to see which area has a better reach. And then you can scale it up from there. Okay. Now we've put this in as week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, but maybe for your business, this is month 1, month 2, month 3. That's okay too. Yeah. When you're being your own marketing director, particularly with Meta, your goal is going to be consistency and slow growth. Okay. You're not going to go viral with your first video. You're going to go viral with consistency. And if anybody goes viral, I will throw you a party. That sounds fun. Okay. Was that helpful with all of the questions we've been getting asked about this? Was that the type of information you guys were looking for?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know Tyler's not on. He had asked about it, but I'm sure he'll watch the recording. I see Tom's on. Oh. Okay. If you guys get into there and start using this and you need more training, please let us know. Okay. These were the top areas that people have asked us about. How to target it, how to use the algorithm, what each piece means, right? These are the biggest things. If you follow these steps, we We think you'll be all right and all your questions will be answered. If not, don't hesitate to reach out. We have many more months to do many more trainings, and we can definitely deep dive into any of this. If you ever need a one-on-one on any of this, I don't know if I have my business page set up right? I can't get into Ads Manager because it says I'm locked. If you need any one-on-one for your specific stuff, don't hesitate to reach out to your managing director. If they don't know, they will set you up with someone who does. We're here to help, right? And Facebook is a great way to advertise. Okay. Everyone needs to go get coffee and do some jumping jacks. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll go from there. I think we're good. Okay? Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, thanks guys. Happy Wednesday.